What's up, everybody, and welcome into another edition of Big Man on Basketball. Today is Saturday, February 26, 2022. We are live on YouTube and live on Patreon. We're here every day on Patreon breaking down the basketball card. I've had a good couple of days with my selections, but we're back. And I had a good Saturday last Saturday. I have done a couple of weeks where I'm giving the show out, throwing it out to the public, and we did pretty well last week. So we're here. We're going to go over most of the games here. There are a few that I'll skip. I just don't have much. And we have to remember it is the end of the season, right? So understand what teams need to do, what teams don't need to do. Senior day, there's all sorts of things going on. So what the hell is this? FanDuel, due to an issue on our site, we're performing maintenance to address the incident. Average duration is 60 minutes. We apologize for any inconvenience. It's 10:30 on a Saturday. You're doing fucking maintenance? Fuck, motherfucker, man. Fuck FanDuel. It's bullshit. The fuck? Is this some kind of joke? Okay, now, yeah, it's still not working. Wow. Unbelievable. What kind of joke is this? What the hell? What the hell's going on with this FanDuel? FanDuel. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I will go to Barstool Sportsbook. They will be our new Saturday focus show. We'll use their lines. Hopefully, it's easy to navigate. Well, it is. I know it's easy to navigate. I just when I'm looking at the card, I'm used to doing this show through FanDuel. But we'll start it out at 12. Okay, perfect. It is, I believe, by times. Yes. Okay. All right. So what's up, everybody? Welcome in. Thanks for being here. All right. People are talking about Ukraine. Guys, look, we're not going to talk about Ukraine. I talk about Ukraine enough on my Twitter account. If you want more of that, you can check it out there. Thanks for being here, folks. Toma, Shy Picks, AJN, Al, Darren, Isan, what's up? Thanks for being here. All right. Let's get into it here. We'll start it up at the top. Purdue, Michigan State. I didn't play much here. Purdue has had their issues on the road at times occasionally. This offense, for whatever reason, has kind of hit a skid or two over the last couple of weeks. I'm not real worried about them, though. They really kind of figured it out the other night against Rutgers. They haven't played in 6 days, which is kind of weird. Usually in the middle of and towards the end of the season, you're playing every couple of days. They haven't played in 6 days. So that's kind of interesting here. I don't really want to have any interest in getting in front of them. This is their first game against Michigan State this season. They've only lost once since January 20th, so over a calendar month, playing well. And that's the good thing about Purdue. There were games where they weren't scoring, and they were able to still get the job done. So, yeah, I lean Purdue, but I don't have much in this game. I think Michigan State's a little overvalued. Kentucky, Arkansas. I know I'm skipping some games, but I want to get to a couple of the big ones, and then we'll circle back. Kentucky, Arkansas. I'll admit I played Arky here, minus a 2. If you know me, you know I was going to play Arkansas here. I've been playing Arkansas. I'm not going to get off the wagon with Arkansas here. The thought is that Ty Washington's not going to play today. And the thought is that, that's a big problem, obviously. I think we can pretend that he's going to, but this line screams Arkansas, right? This team's good, guys. I think we got to start realizing that. They're good on both ends. Even if he played, I would still play Arkansas. This team's solid, guys. On both ends, as I said. Note's terrific. Jalen Williams is terrific. They have a good bench. They've got capable ball handlers late in games. They make free throws. And again, they're number 1 in defensive efficiency in the SEC. This team's really solid, man. Really solid. And again, that home court advantage is nasty. So I'm on it. I'm with it. I'll play it. It's just is what it is. Binghamton, New Hampshire. Binghamton continues to be underpriced, guys. This team is not what they have been in years past. They are better than that. Just coming off a rough loss to Vermont. I'll tell you one thing about Binghamton. They struggled against Vermont this year. But you look at the first time they played New Hampshire. Only lost by 9. Didn't really shoot the ball real well, missed a couple of free throws. Feel like in the second time around, maybe they can hang around. Florida, Georgia, lean Florida. I think Georgia's quit. It's become pretty clear that this group has quit. I mean, they can't defend you, me, and three of the listeners. This group sucks. They have one win since December 20th. 2 calendar months, they've won one game, and that was at Alabama. Rough. Just shows you how poorly coached Alabama is. But this Georgia team is 353rd in the country in 2-point offense. 2-point defense. That is shocking. That is really, really bad. First time in Georgia, Florida won by 9. You'd think at home gives them a little bit of an advantage. I think they won by double digits. I would probably say it with Florida. Miami, Ohio, Toledo. Miami of Ohio is not terrible. It seems a little high to me. Oklahoma State, Oklahoma. Don't have much here. Rivalry game. I have reasons to like both teams. Remember, Oklahoma State's not eligible for postseason play, so they're just kind of playing out the string. Bellarmine, Eastern Kentucky. Seems like a spot to back Bellarmine. They've been good against the number this year in conference. East Kentucky can't defend anybody, but it's a toss-up game. Butler, Marquette. Butler's been playing better, guys. It's time to start understanding that. Are they good defensively? Yes. Are they good offensively? Look, I'm not running to back them offensively, but they play hard. They hang in games. Just hung in that game against Seton. Should have beat Providence. Hung against Creighton. Hung against St. John's. Hung against Xavier. Hung against Providence. I mean, this team hangs in games that they lose. So hold on a second, guys. So yeah, I lean grabbing the 8 here. I think it's a nice little play. I like Butler. I've been good against the number. I don't knock taking them here. Marquette is a tough team. They press. They're gonna get up in your grill. It's a tough place to go play. Look, am I gonna bet this for large amounts of money? No. In fact, I probably won't bet it. But it's a thought to have here on an early game. Furman, Citadel. Citadel is back to their old tricks. They can't stop anybody. Wouldn't be surprised if Furman, maybe a little pissed off tonight. They had a tough trip down to Sanford the other night. Didn't really work out for them. And now they get a team in the Citadel who, look, the Citadel is the same team over the years. Okay, they can't defend. Citadel sucks. It's pretty simple. They already gave up 102 this year to Furman. What's this game going to be like? I think Furman's a little pissed off tonight. And remember, I mean, for Furman, their season, they're not going to win the SoCo. I mean, that's pretty much over with. So, they're just playing out the string. I think they play out the string and roll here because the Citadel's doing the same thing. Okay, a lot of these games here, as far as lower level games, I don't have much on. If I don't mention the game, I don't have much on it. I would watch out at 1 o'clock with North Florida at Stetson. North Florida has been without Carter Hendrickson and Jose Placer, which is obviously a big loss for those guys. Those are really two of their best players. They put 39 points in their last game to Jacksonville. Now they got to head down and take on Donnie Jones and Stetson, who haven't played real well in their own right. So that's kind of an interesting one. I wouldn't be interested in North Florida, though, until those guys come back. Vandy, Mississippi State. Vandy's been a tough team, man. They play hard. I got to give them credit. I thought they were really good against Alabama the other night, beat A&M. I thought played solidly against Auburn, or good against Tennessee, beat Missouri, beat LSU, beat Georgia, close against Kentucky. This team plays hard, man. Why the hell is Mississippi State laying 6.5 to anybody? Mississippi State stinks. Let's just get real. They stink. This team sucks defensively. I don't like anything they do. They're just no good. Screw Mississippi State. I don't really like their home court advantage. You look at their last 2 wins. Both came against Missouri. One was by 2. They beat up on bad teams in this conference. I don't think Vandy's a bad team. I just don't. All right. Dayton, LaSalle. Dayton continues to hang on the bubble. I don't see it with them, but a lot of people do. Obviously, you can't slip up here. You would expect they can go in to beat up LaSalle. Iowa State, K-State. I like K-State as a dog, not as a favorite. Let me say that again. I like K-State as a dog, not as a favorite. I've backed K-State as a dog a lot this year, and it came out on top. That being said, I don't want to lay 3.5, 4. It's just not in my wheelhouse with them. Merrimack, St. Francis, and New York. Kind of looking at this and asking myself why Merrimack is a dog. I don't really understand this one. I didn't understand their performance last time out against LAU Brooklyn, but LAU Brooklyn's decent, I guess. St. Francis of Brooklyn is not good. I don't know why they're a favorite in this game. They beat up on a lot of bad teams. I don't think Merrimack's a bad team. Let's go to the 2 o'clock hour here. Navy Colgate. A lot of people know I enjoy the Naval Academy, but I enjoy them in football a lot more. I love Colgate in basketball, and I have no issue if you want to bet Colgate here. They've been just a piece of just team you want to back. It's just that simple in the Patriot League. North Alabama, Jacksonville State. Finally, North Alabama plays a team that is not going to run 8,000 miles an hour and isn't real good offensively outside of the three-point shot, which, if you know anything about North Alabama, they're pretty good at defending. I was close on getting involved with an under here, but North Alabama's just had so many overs recently. Guys, here's what I'm going to do. Get in the chat right now and let me know the game you want me to break down. Let me know what the line is, what time it is, and I'll break it down, all right? I am going to give out what I played today as well here in just a second. Bear with me, guys. Sorry, guys. I'm having a little, not an emergency, but a little mishap here. Nothing bad. Just got to figure it out. Okay. Back to the outline or the games, if you will. North Dakota State, North Dakota. I've said before, I really like North Dakota State. North Dakota is bad defensively. It's just pretty simple. This game, the first time out, 10-point win for North Dakota State. Last game of the season, not winning anything in this conference. South Dakota State's already won. So really just playing out the string against a bad team on the road. I would lean North Dakota State. But again, a lot of things today that you have to make. And that's why I'm not going crazy in a lot of these games today, because there's a lot of things that, have already shaken out that we really just, like, nothing, they don't really matter, right? I think the top 3 in this conference kind of already figured it out. So I'm not really getting too involved here. Davidson and Fordham. Davidson's been kind of taking care of business. Had a blowout win last time out against Fordham, against Duquesne, which was something I think we thought would happen. Now they get Fordham here. Davidson really kind of just playing out the season. They're 23-4 though, guys. Kind of start talking about this group as maybe a team in the NCAA tournament if they get there, which I think they will. You look at their losses. I mean, the only real bad one was to Rhode Island. But this is a team that I expect to represent this team. They beat Alabama in the regular season. So this is a team with a quality win or two in their back pocket. I like this team a lot. Would I lay it today against Fordham? Probably. They're at home here. What else do we have here? Okay. Virginia Tech, Miami. How about this game, right? Miami doesn't play any defense, but we know they're good, very solid at home. Virginia Tech, very three-point reliant. But I guess we'll have to ask ourselves, folks, like, Is Miami just good? Because I'm starting to think they just are. I bet them a couple times this year. They've won 4 or 5 overall. Already beat Virginia Tech this year in Virginia Tech, 78-75. If we remember, that was a Charlie Moore half-court buzzer beater. And if you were on Patreon, I bet Miami that game. I didn't want the game to go to overtime. I had no interest in overtime. Moore hits a buzzer beater from 3, half court. It was a Saturday night, I remember. I don't know if you guys remember that game. It was electric. Let's just put it that way. I'll tell you this. Miami defensively turn you over. I like this veteran guard group they have. I like Moore a lot. I think he's a good player. They're actually a pretty good three-point defense. Pretty good. I think they're 5th or 6th in the ACC. I'm going to back Miami here. I played them. I laid 1.5. I like Miami in this game. This team has been a solid, just team I can back. They're reliable. They're consistent. I like what they can do. So I'm going to back Miami here, minus the 1.5. Why not? Why not? Final home game as well for Miami. Something important. They have a couple of seniors, Charlie Moore being one of them, Sam Wardenberg, Cameron Majewski, Rodney Miller. A couple of guys here, high-end players that are going to be honored today in front of their storied coach, Jim Larinaga. So a little extra juice for the boys at home today. So I like that one. I played Miami as well as we add to Arkansas. Seton Hall, Xavier. God, I hate this conference. I fucking hate this conference. I mean, at what point will Xavier get off their fucking ass? No interest. Auburn, Tennessee, 4 o'clock. Tennessee laying 3, total 140.5. Listen, guys, I'll admit, last night on Patreon, I threw out a couple of plays for my people that I already bet. I played the under here, 139.5. It's moved up to 140.5. I usually am lucky and get lines to go the better way for me. I'm not here. I guess people believe these teams are going to go up and down. I didn't see it. I'm just being honest. I felt like this was a stone cold under game. I think both these defenses do exactly what the offenses want to do. And I think this one really shakes out lower scoring. I'm wrong on the move. I think Auburn's really good defensively. And when we look at against Tennessee, what Tennessee does well, particularly over this season, is get to the free throw line and, shoot threes. They're not a real dependent team in the half court. This is a really good Auburn defense. I don't know if Tennessee can really get into the teeth of that defense, which, obviously means not high scores for Tennessee. But when we look at Auburn, I think Tennessee's strength is their front court, their defensive rebounding abilities, their ability to turn teams over and end possessions. Neither one of these teams is particularly adept at getting to the line. We know Auburn struggles to shoot the basketball. I guess I'll root that Tennessee doesn't go nuts from 3. This was just a feel for me, guys. I felt like this game was, first to like high 60s. I think maybe one team will get to 70, but I don't think the other team will. That was just my thought. I played it. And again, the picks I put out on Patreon are the games that I bet personally. Just my feel. So I'll admit, I'm on Tennessee, Auburn under 139.5. Now, as I said, line moved against me here. This guy's asking about Towson, you mean. Yeah, look, I don't have any issue baiting Towson, frankly. Do I like this spot for them at JMU? JMU, I'm not real interested in getting involved in their games, bro. They're not eligible for postseason play, and have not been treated real well by the officials and that stuff down there. Just a lot of weird things going on with their games. I don't mind going against Towson or going on Towson, though. They're a really solid team. What else do we have here? Florida State, Virginia. I kind of mentioned this yesterday when we did our Bet US show. This is a game that I had some interest in. I was hoping to get a bit better number. But don't be surprised if Florida State just crawl away and die. This team is struggling, man. They really are. And Virginia they're a postseason team, guys. This team is worthy enough to go to the NCAA tournament. They're solid. They're good offensively. We know how good on defense they are from time to time. I kind of liked them today to win by double digits, but it got a little high for me. Let's keep it moving here. Let me answer some of the questions. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm on New Orleans today. Everyone knows that. I played New Orleans for like the last month and a half. I'm not going to have any issue getting on them today off a loss. Okay. I actually won with New Orleans the other night on Patreon, folks. New Orleans team total over 78. They score 79 in a losing effort. On Patreon, guys, we have been all over New Orleans. The privateers have been money for these folks on here. And I'm going to be on them today at Northwestern State off a loss. Northwestern State's bad. This team's season, they're just looking to get to the tournament in this group. Only a couple of games left. Every game is important right now for the privateers as they sit at the top of the Southland. New Orleans today, let's get the job done. They don't usually lose back-to-back games. In fact, since the new year, December 31st, they have not lost back-to-back games. Already won the game on a neutral court against Northwestern State and actually beat them at home 85-77 back on January 22nd. So, yeah, look, very good from the free throw line. I like this New Orleans group a lot, and I'm on them today. All right, let me stop here. Let me go through a couple of questions, and I'm just going to rock here. If you don't include your the spread with the game, I'm not talking about it. Any word of the two guards playing for Kentucky? No, but I capped it as if they were playing. Any thoughts on a 3-team moneyline parlay? I don't play parlays much. The Jacksonville State game, I'm not running the bet. They haven't played real well recently. 3 p.m. New Mexico State minus 16.5 kills Chicago State. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I mean, Chicago State's one of those teams that seemingly gets killed every game. But going to Chicago is not easy in this conference, especially coming off a game at Seattle and Grand Canyon. I don't disagree with you. But this is a lot of road games. Keep in mind, since February 10th, New Mexico State has been at Dixie State, at Utah Valley, back at home against Dixie, at Grand Canyon, at Seattle, and now at Chicago. That's a long road trip group, mixed in with a home game all over the last 2 weeks or so. Do I agree with you? Yeah, they should beat Chicago State badly, but Chicago State's better than they've been in years past. Do I think they don't lose today? I think they lose today, but it wouldn't surprise me if they hang inside the number. It's just a bad spot. But New Mexico State has seemingly been good at winning games, even if they don't make a lot of sense for them. You got it. Thanks for watching. UNC, NC State. No interest. NC State's not good, and UNC's a bubble team. There's a reason they're a bubble team, Chris. A lot of other games today. Look elsewhere. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. What teams need to win and matter today? That's some work you can do on your own, my man. I don't have them all in front of me. Do I have any thoughts on Detroit -3 at home? Detroit is undefeated at home ATS this season. Well, look, I always enjoyed Detroit. I like Mike Davis. I think Antoine Davis is one of the best players in the country. They don't talk about. They're playing well, won 5-7 overall, and looking to kind of avenge a game that they lost in Fort Wayne in the first. You have a lot working for you here, right? They're at home. They're in revenge. And I think they're the better team. I would probably look to lay it today. But I'll tell you this. Why not just play the over? Both teams are going to score. Fort Wayne doesn't defend anybody. I'll tell you this. I like Fort Wayne's guards, man. Godfrey Pipkins, Chunquis, Planutis. All those kids, for the most part, are transfers. Planutis is from St. Bonaventure. Chunquis from Mount St. Mary's. Good player. That's a good little team there. Solid team. I don't really want to lay points there. I'd prefer they just have to win the game, but they're in revenge, Scott, so I see it. William Herman, Kent State -9.5. Yeah, you have no issue with me here. Kent State's been money. Money. I already talked about that one. I played the under there. Toledo, Miami of Ohio. I already talked about it. Lean Toledo, but I didn't bet it. Bryant Wagner. Yeah. And then I'm going to get back to the outline. Bryant, I think they win. I do. Wagner's been topsy-turvy, guys, a lot lately. Bryant is at home. This is going to be a terrific atmosphere tonight up in Smithfield. They are hungry. They are ready to go. Everybody's healthy. Wagner's kind of beat them up the last couple of seasons. And you know what happens to fuckheads from Staten Island? They get their fucking teeth caved in. And that's an obvious reference to that fuckhead Terry Mayrose. Fuck you. Yeah. I like Bryant. But you know what? He likes Bryant too. I've seen him been betting them. So yeah, they probably lose today. He's got a terrible kiss of death. He's not a good gambler, and everybody knows that. He's a balloon toy, as we know. Yeah. But I like Bryant. I do. I want to see something go well for Jared Grasso and that group. So yeah, I like Bryant. They got some revenge here, but they have not played well in this game over the years. Sanford and Chattanooga, I'm kicking myself. I wanted to take Sanford last night at +9.5. I didn't do it. It's down to 8.5. I wish I would have. Chattanooga is the boys in this conference. They're the best team. But guys, I'll probably have a little something on Sanford today at any rate. I mean, this team is solid, man. And Chattanooga's wrapped up this conference. I mean, they're not playing for anything today. Last game, they've already won the regular season. They have nothing to play for here. And Sanford is playing for the fact that they just care about being and playing well right now. It'd be nice to head into the tournament in this conference with a win. They have a huge backing right now from their students. And I know this is a road game, but you look at their road games. Beat up Western Carolina, beat East Tennessee State. The problem for Sanford is, for the most part in conference, they have struggled away from home. But the way they're playing right now, it's hard to bet against them. Quest Glover is terrific. Best player in this conference. Best player in this conference. I have no opinion on either of those games. Yale's very good defensively. Cornell want to play super fast. We're going to be tested. Yale will be tested today by Cornell. That's a good offense there under Brian Earl. Play a lot of high-end, high-scoring games. I don't think they played each other. Yes, they did. 96-69. Rolled them. I don't think anything changes here. Yale's really good. They're well coached. Okay, guys, I don't know how many times I have to say this. I mean, maybe when I say I would just play that every game, I don't know what that, and I'm not meaning to jump on you, Scott, here, but I don't know how many times I have to say this stuff. Yeah, go ahead. I don't know what more I have to say, like, until I say, hey, I'm not on that. Like, I'll have a little something on those plays. I don't count them towards what I do, whether I win or lose. I put you guys onto them all year. They've won. They've made money. I'd keep rocking, for sure. Okay, I want to get to one final play that I'm on today. And I want to go down to a game involving Northern Iowa and Loyola Chicago. So look, guys, I played the over here. And I'm going back to Super Bowl Sunday because I played the over in that game and it cruised. I won by like the 7-minute mark at the end of the game. It was an easy winner. And these teams are totally different than they've been in years past. In years past, we think of these groups as these, knockdown, drag out defensive teams. That's not to say that's not what they are now. But they play a whole lot different. These teams are faster, stronger, quicker, and better. And quite honestly, this Northern Iowa team fucking blows defensively. They're 340th in 2-point defense, guys, this year. This team stinks. And right now, they are on fire offensively. 62nd American efficiency. We know Loyola's good offensively, but you look at the last couple of games, 88, 95, 74, 78. Remember, only scored 58 the first time around against Loyola. I'd expect a better game here. They only shot 6 free throws in that game on the road. We're 9 for 21 from 3, but couldn't make any twos. I'd expect them to be better today. I don't think Northern Iowa's good defensively, so I'd expect that Loyola can do whatever they want offensively in this game. This is just too low to me, 137.5. I think these teams are being priced as if they're the teams of old, and they're not. I try to stay away from overs. I don't bet too many of them. I'm just, I'm not a huge total fan. I think occasionally you have to spot one and play it. This is it. I think it's this one. I think this is first to 75 wins. These teams are too efficient to play unders. And look, and if it goes under, salud. It is what it is. But I'm going to play it. So 2 totals, a couple of sides today, and a couple of teams that I normally back in New Orleans and Arky and Miami. Again, I think the one game that I'm a little worried about is the Tennessee-Auburn game, but I expect it to be close. I expect every game, every possession to matter, and I'll be on the opposite side of the public here. I don't mind that. Okay, let me go in. I already talked about that. I'm on New Orleans already. Yeah, again, guys, what is so hard to understand? Eastern Illinois, IUPUI, Evansville. I would play their team total unders. I have no other thought besides that in their games. Mike Blaskovich said, did you cover Bryant? Yeah, I lean Bryant. I do. But I'll tell you right now, guys, just because a team's at home and has momentum, look, Wagner's better than Bryant. It's just that simple. And at any rate, sometimes, look, if you're going to, it's tough because I like Bryant as a team. And obviously, Wagner's coming off a lot. I mean, does Wagner really lose 2 straight? Remember, they were probably looking ahead to this game. They had a bogey game. At worst, even if they lost the other night, which no one thought would happen. At worst, though, if they lost, when they looked ahead, they would have this game where as long as they win this conference. So I think they were just looking ahead a little bit. I'm starting to get to the point where I might just play Wagner, honestly. Because at the end of the day, it hasn't mattered. Bryant has been owned by Wagner. Okay, Wagner won the first game. And, last year, Wagner had some issues with staying healthy and didn't have the right guys in, but they owned them this year. They put up 84 the first game. And that game was not as close as it looked. They were up the whole game, Wagner. It's tough because I like Bryant, but I don't think the number suits them here. If I'm going to get 2 with Wagner, I'd be on Wagner. North Texas, La Tech. I lean La Tech, but I think the game's close. I think it's a low-scoring game, probably first to 60 wins. Squarey Mayros. That's funny. It's amazing how many people are asking about IUPUI. I mean, I don't know how many times I have to say it, guys. What is so hard? Should I speak in Ukrainian? Should I speak in Albanian, Italian? I could do it. Gabe Tadino says no, Texas large today. Well, I'm not so sure. But I hear what you're saying. I mean, going against West Virginia right now seems like the fad. This team can't seem to find a way out of. By the way, this is what an awesome fan looks like. Yeah, I like Texas. I've said that. But you have to wonder what's going on with this program. Trey Mitchell just left. Is there some strife? That doesn't help. What's going on with Chris Beard? We haven't seen this in his program. Seattle and Dixie, I have no problem with Seattle, though. Look, against the big boys in this conference, this team ain't beating nobody. It's that simple because they just don't have the boys to do it. But Dixie State is so bad on defense. So bad. You'd expect Seattle to bounce back in a big way. Off 2 losses. But again, those are 2 really good teams. Seattle needs to find a way to score the basketball. This should be an opportunity to do so today. Dixie State is, again, really bad. Real bad. So, I mean, already beat them by 11 in the first game. Change of venue shouldn't matter much. Hey, good morning. What's up? Thanks, Kirk. Appreciate that. Yale over 151. I don't know about that. Clash of styles there. Yale's going to slow that game to a crawl. What's up with Mississippi State? Montana State? Middle Tennessee? Yeah, guys, listen, if stuff's working for you, go with it. Middle Tennessee's a good team. They're good against the number, too. What about Vermont over team total? Who's Vermont got today? I'm trying to think. Lowell, I think. Yeah, guys, again, another. This is why I wish I could just plaster this on my head right here. I have enough room. Play these. I have no issue with it. Colgate, Vermont, South Dakota State, all these teams. I would play team total overs. You have my blessing. By the way, one other game I played today. I already gave this one out. The numbers probably moved. I played it last night. I like UMKC today against South Dakota State. I think it's a good spot for the Roos at home today. You're getting a team in South Dakota State that has locked up this conference. They've already won it. They're on the road, and they're playing a team defensively that's really solid in UMKC. UMKC limits 3-point opportunities. You're getting a hungover South Dakota State group here, already celebrated off an overtime game against a rival. Now you got to go on the road down to Kansas City. Not easy to do. This is a tough little spot for South Dakota State today. That was one other game I played. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I don't know if this number moved, but I got it last night at 6.5. South Florida, Cincinnati. You guys, you got to ask yourself, do you just play auto unders with South Florida? I feel like you maybe do. I mentioned an under the other night with my folks on Patreon. It flew under. South Florida can't score. Getting to 60 is really difficult for this team. Why do I have a feeling this game is like 68-52 or something? I think Cincinnati gets right today at home. South Florida beats them up. VMI, Western Carolina. You want to make sure Jake Stevens is back. I don't believe he played the other night, and obviously I don't believe they won the other night. No, they lost by 11. That was expected. Jake Stevens is a good player, but you have to remember, guys, SoCo, this is the last game of the season. So if I'm Earl and VMI, I would hold Stevens out today. No reason to play. You can beat Western Carolina without him. So that being said, I'm not playing it. Arizona, Colorado. This is kind of a tough one for me because Colorado is like kind of one of those teams that I think is decent, but I don't think they're good either. They're at home here. I don't know. Arizona, I have a love-hate relationship with because like I've been great at figuring them out against good teams, but against bad teams, like I think I'm breaking even. Like I've played once or twice where they haven't covered, and then I've played a couple of times where they have covered. Gonzaga minus 11 first half may seem like a play. Like I have no issue in getting in front. I have no issue in fading Gonzaga at any level. I would play them, it'd be nothing but play. I would not fade them at any point, especially against St. Mary's, a team that they've absolutely destroyed recently. Baylor against Kansas. I don't know. Lean Kansas. I just think they're better than Baylor. Fade Rico and Megan making money. All right. I would say fade Rico. Megan, I don't know much about her. Megan will always fall back on the fact that she beat me in a March Madness contest. Yeah, seems like a nice girl, though. I have no issue with her. I have an issue with that first piece of shit you mentioned, but I have no issue with her. Now, Kelly, that's another story. Kelly's an idiot. She's an airhead idiot. And I have nothing good to say about her. She's everything wrong with everything, pretty much. And she'll say the same thing about me. She hates me. She can't tell you why she hates me, but she hates me. Oh, I hate that guy, even though I used to work with him. She blocked me. Fuck Kelly in Vegas. Make sure you clip that too. And she would say the same thing about me. She's rude too. Like she's just a hater. Like, she can't be happy about anything for anybody. The whole world, after the Rough and Rowdy fight, giving me love, everything's cool. Even Jerry and I were cool after the fact. Everybody was cool except her. I see her on Twitter mention my fucking name, even though she blocked me. I love those type of people. The people that block you and then talk about you. What kind of shit is that? You're hiding behind a block and you are going to talk about me? Oh, we don't have to hear about him. She don't want to hear from me again because, like her boy Rico, they know the capabilities that I have. They know. It beats them up that certain people find me interesting. It beats them up that I got what I got from that fight. Beats them up. And let's be honest. I think we all know why Kelly in Vegas is popular. Let's just be fair. Come on. Who's hotter, Megan or Kelly? I actually got to be honest. I find Megan, she's cool. I've always been okay. I don't know if her feelings on me, but I think she's cool. I've had good conversations with her. Seems nice. It seems like she enjoys having fun. I respect that. I would say she is. I find she's pretty, I think. It seems a cool personality as well. Thanks, Scott. South Carolina plus 11 against Bama. I don't know. It seems to me that Frank Martin's on his last legs at South Carolina. But I don't have any issue with that one. I hate Alabama. Let's do that. Let's do what Alabama does. Let's shoot a ton of threes and they don't go in, but let's just keep doing it. We have no offensive game plan. NATO, it sucks. Don't remember that. What else do we have here? Mike Blaskovich says Megan. Okay, well, I don't disagree with you there. Jeff, I know you covered IUPUI, but curious if you know, when I watched the other day, it looks like they have 5 more guys on the bench. Are those just kids that got off the street? I'm not sure. I have to look into that. I would imagine. Look, IUPUI sucks. Okay, I don't know if those are the kids that won their tryout competition or whatever. Oregon -2 against USC. Yeah, Oregon's interesting. I had them the other night. I played them on Patreon. What was that, against the UCLA? Played them +3, and they won the game. They are really good against good teams. Like, it's just that simple. Another huge game here. I have no issue in playing Oregon. Like, against bad teams, I don't want to play Oregon. But against teams like this, yeah. Eminem is claiming that certain people use drugs with other handicappers. I'm not going to put that out there. That's just a rumor that you're putting out there. Even though I'm not a big fan of hers, I will not put bullshit like that out unless you have proof. Which, even if you do, like, who cares? Like, so is she the first person that's done that? And I'm not gonna slander her like that. I don't know if that's true. Huey boy, who's your March Madness pick if the tournament started today? Who do I think is going to win it all if the tournament started today? To be honest, I mean, my pick would be Gonzaga, right? I mean, and I know people say, well, I don't want to pick Gonzaga. Fuck Gonzaga. Well, I think they're the best team. I think Arkansas is really good. I think UCLA is really good. I think Kansas is really good. I think Kentucky's really good. I think there's a lot of really good teams. But yeah, I would say Gonzaga would be my pick today. Zona team total over at Colorado. Yeah, I'm not betting that. I already went over that. I have nothing on that one, Dalton. Maybe a team total with Toledo, if anything. If you want to ask a question on a game, you're welcome to it. Let me just hit a couple of more here. Yeah, that Kansas Baylor game is interesting. Keep in mind, at Barstool Sportsbook, many people have quoted 3. At Barstool Sportsbook, it's actually 2.5. So it's come down a little bit. Sharp's coming in and taking Kansas, which, look, if you're going to give me 2.5, 3 with Kansas, like, I would take that as well. I mean, at worst, the game's flippy. Omaha and St. Thomas. I mean, this game's first to 80 wins. This could be the highest scoring game of the day, guys. St. Thomas plays no defense. And if St. Thomas plays no defense, Omaha plays absolutely no defense. So, yeah, hello. Kind of like that. I might have a little something on that. That's an interesting one. All right, guys, I'm gonna go over one or two more and then get out of here. Creighton, Providence. Hello, hi Creighton, how you doing? This is one I'm going to revisit. I want to see where this moves. Five's not a bad number. I'm okay with that. If it comes to 4.5, I'm okay with it. Even 4. Can you say slow, shady spot here for Pravi? Yeah. Creighton needs this one bad. I think they hit him in the mouth a little bit. 5 is different than 1. 5 is you have to win by 3 possessions now to feel comfortable. 5 is you need to be up by 10 to feel comfortable. Creighton's decent, people. Just a thought. Did I miss Purdue, Michigan State? I wouldn't say you missed it. I don't have much on it. Do I think Auburn is a true number 1? No, I don't. No, I don't. They will not win the NCAA tournament. I don't think they get to the Final Four even. Did you go over Loyola Chicago? Yep, on the over. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. We've been on for about an hour. Here's what I played today, personally. And I'm off of what was I last week? 4-1, 5-1. Having a great month and a half here. I'm just rolling. So, put that in your pipe and smoke it. I'm here all March. Guys, listen, again, we have 130 people or so in here. Guys, listen. I'm here every day breaking down the card. Patreon.com/BMOC. Here's what I'm going to tell you. From March 1st until April 1st, it's going to be where you get my college hoop stuff. Everything. Conference tournament previews that are going to come out this weekend or early Monday. This is where everything's going to be. NCAA tournament, all that stuff. Patreon.com/BMOC. Get off your ass. Stop acting like a freeloader. I come on here every Saturday and give you free shit. Come hang with me. I go over these cards. Give back to the big man. I've done a lot of good work over the years. Content creators need to make a little fuzzles. So if you want, you're welcome to join me. Patreon.com/BMOC. Here's what I played today. Arkansas -2, Miami -1.5, New Orleans -1.5, UMKC +6.5, 2 totals. Tennessee Auburn under 139.5. I got a bad number on that one. Bet it last night. I got Loyola Chicago, Northern Iowa over 137.5. Couple of things that I'm on. That's what I played. So yeah, the stretch run is now. And guys, I'll just put this out there. Contrary to what you think you see on the internet, there are 1 or 2 people that tell you that I can't win in gambling. Well, there's a reason there's all these people in here watching me right now. I had a great college football season. NFL, I didn't do real well in, but it didn't cut in much to my profits in college football. And basketball's been great. So, and you're going to get great breakdowns. You're going to get on the right side. I'll show you my bracket. We'll do all that stuff. So, join me here. Join me to have some fun. And we'll be back tomorrow with another preview of the card and what I'm on. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your day. Have a great Saturday. I got to hit the bank here before it closes. I'll catch you all tomorrow. Please join me. Have a good day. Good luck. And enjoy the games today. Bye-bye.